Good evening, students. In the last class, we have studied about the three layers of the earth. Now we are going to see about what is an earthquake and its causes. Earthquake, that is nothing but shaking or trembling of the earth. Shaking or trembling of the earth. It will cause damage to life and property. Okay. What is focus we have studied in the last class. The point where vibrations originate, the vibrations start. What is an epicenter of the earthquake? The point above the focus is called the epicenter of the earthquake. From focus, vibration of earthquake travel in different directions in the form of seismic waves we have studied earlier. Okay, that instrument that will be very useful for measuring earthquake, that is known as seismograph, we have studied. Now we are going to see about the causes of earthquake. What are all the reasons of earthquake? The main reason is sudden slipping of earth crust. Earth crust, that is known as outside body of the earth, that is lithosphere. The main reason is sudden slipping of the earth crust. Okay, it produce strains, it cause vibrations or waves. Okay, sometimes it may cracks may occur, sometimes cracks may happen. Another reason is volcanic activity. Earthquakes are common in volcanic areas. Okay, these are all the causes of earthquake. Now next one is we are going to see the effects of earthquake. What are all the effects? It will cause changes in earth's surface, outside body of the earth. It will cause earthquake cause changes in the surface of the earth. Vibrations occurs. Main danger is the falling of buildings. Okay, house will collapse. Another danger is fire. Okay, underground water system is also disturbed. Okay, these are all the effects of earthquake. Now we are going to see about the three types of earthquake. You refer that green color box. Okay, what is the first type? First one is P waves or longitudinal waves. Second one is S waves or transverse waves. Third one is L waves or surface waves. Okay, earthquake start below or near the sea. Below or near the sea, it will cause great disturbance in water areas. Okay, it will cause great loss of life also. Tsunami will also occur. Tsunami, Japanese term, huge waves. Huge waves. It is mostly common in coast of Japan and Pacific Ocean side. I think you all understood about the earthquake. Three types of earthquake. Now we are going to see the distribution of earthquake. Okay, world distribution of earthquake. World's distribution of earthquake coincide very closely with top volcanoes. With that of volcanoes. Just a minute. Three types of volcanoes we have studied. First one P waves or longitudinal waves. Next one is S waves or transverse waves. And the third one is L waves or surface waves. The world distribution of earthquake coincide very closely with the top volcanoes. Okay, regions are circum-Pacific areas with epicenters and mostly frequent occurrence அடிக்கடி often it will occur along the Pacific Ring of Fire. 68% of earthquake occurs in this belt where in Pacific Ring of Fire, that area. 31% of earthquake take place in Mediterranean Himalayan belt. It includes Asia Minor, Himalayas and northwest China. Remaining percentage of earthquakes they are occur in North Africa and Rift Valley areas of the Red Sea and Dead Sea. Okay, now we are studying about the distribution of earthquake. In India, in our country, Himalayan region and Ganga and Brahmaputra valleys, earthquake areas. Okay, number of earthquakes have been experienced in this region. Okay, some of them were, now you next page, some of them were very severe and it will cause heavy damage. Okay, example, earthquake of Uttarkashi, it happened in the year 1991 and also Chavamoli in 1999. Okay, Deccan Plateau, okay, that is also it is free from the danger of the earthquake. Deccan Plateau, it is free from the danger of the earthquake. And two severe earthquake in the past occurred where it was Koina earthquake in 1967 and Latur earthquake occurred in the year 1993. Now we are going to see about volcano. Volcano, that is nothing but it is a vent or an opening of earth crust. Hot magma erupts from deep below the surface. Okay, opening is usually circular in form. It may take place through long crack may occur or fissures, small openings, okay, through which steam and other materials flow out. That is called volcano. You refer the diagram. The molten rock material, okay, within the earth together with gases it will come. That is called magma. After it rises to the surface, okay, that is known as lava. Lava and other materials flow out of a volcano and accumulate around the opening and they form conical hill or mountain vent. That is opening or mouth of a volcano. The top of the cone, that is funnel shaped depression, that is called crater. You refer the diagram. If the crater of a volcano is great size and shaped like basin, that is called as caldera. The calderas how they are caused by severe explosions, okay, which blow away full top of great cones. Okay, now we are going to see about the causes of volcanic activity. Temperature, it increases as the depth increases at the rate of 1 degree Celsius for every 35 meters. There is a great pressure also. At a depth of about 15 kilometer, pressure is about 5 tens per centimeter or square of rock. Under this situation, interior of the earth, how it will be now, semi-molten stage, that is known as magma. Okay, the magma because of great pressure, it has a capacity to dissolve great volume of gas. Sometimes and the gases are combustible. Okay, these are all the causes of volcanic activity. Now we are going to see about the nature of volcanic eruptions. Sometimes magma it will rise slowly to the surface of the earth and spread over very big area, vast area. that is known as fissure eruption. Fissure, that is nothing but small openings. Some plateaus and plains have been formed like this. Okay, in this way only. Example, Deccan Plateau in India and Columbian Plateau in North America. Okay, if magma rises quickly to the surface, lava is thrown high into the atmosphere. Other than this, lava, ash, steam, gases, and pieces of rocks are also thrown out. That eruption is known as explosive eruption. What do you mean by explosive eruption? Lava, ash, steam, gases, and pieces of rocks are also thrown out. That eruption is known as explosive eruption. One severe explosion on the island of Krakatoa. Okay, when it occurred now, on 27th August 1883 in Indonesia. That is the best example of explosive eruption. Okay, the lava flow, it is affected by viscosity. For example, honey has high viscosity, so it flows slowly, whereas water has low viscosity. Understood? Now, next one. High viscosity lava is rich in silica and has little water. Low viscosity lava has little silica but lot of water. Understood? Now we are going to see about the types of volcano. Types of volcano. The shape of volcano, it depends on types of lava and force of eruption. There are three types of volcanoes. One is shield volcano, next one is cinder cone volcano, and the third one is composite volcano. Now we are going to see about what is that? First one, shield volcano. That is formed by quiet eruption of lava with low silica content. It is formed by eruption of lava with low silica content. It has a wide base and cone with gentle slope. Example, Hawaii Island. That is the best example of shield volcano. Next one is cinder cone volcano. Silica rich magma. It traps gases inside the volcano until enough pressure is built to push magma out of the earth crust. Okay, this type of volcano erupts and it shoots gases and ash with great force. Okay, up to atmosphere. Even the steep slopes, they are made up of cinder and ash. That's why it's known as cinder cone volcano. Many volcanoes, that are the examples, many volcanoes of Mexico and Central America belong to this category. Now the next one is composite volcano. They are made up of alternate layers of lava, cinder and ash. That is otherwise known as stratovolcano. Best example is St. Helens. Okay, volcanoes are grouped according to their periodicity of eruption, such as active volcano, dormant volcano, and extinct volcano. One more time, active volcano, dormant volcano, and extinct volcano. Active volcanoes are erupt frequently, often. They are called as active volcanoes. Most of the active volcanoes along the Pacific ring of the fire belt. Okay, there are the world level, there are 600 active volcanoes are there. Example, Mount Stromboli in Mediterranean Sea, and St. Helens in USA, and Pinatubo in Philippines, and Mauna Loa in Hawaii. They are the Best examples, the Mauna Loa in Hawaii, the world's biggest active volcano. Okay, now the next one is dormant volcanoes. Dormant volcano, they are otherwise known as sleeping volcano. They have shown no sign of activity for many years, but it may active at any time. They are known as sleeping volcanoes. Examples are Vesuvius mountain of Italy, Mount Fujiyama in Japan, and Mount Krakatoa of Indonesia. They are the best examples of dormant volcano. Next one is extinct volcano. Extinct volcano, the top of extinct volcanic mountains have been eroded. That is called extinct, severe. Examples are Mount Popo of Myanmar, and Mount Kilimanjaro, and Mount Kenya. Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa and Mount Kenya of Africa are the best example of extinct volcanoes. Now we are going to see about the distribution of volcanoes in the world. They are closely related to the regions, areas that have been intensely folded or faulted. There are about 500 active volcanoes and thousands of dormant and extinct volcanoes are there. They occur along the coastal area side and mountain area side, offshore island side, and mid areas of oceans. There are few in interior of the continent. Interior continent there are only few. Okay, now we are going to see about the major zones of volcanic activities. They are circum-Pacific belt, second one is mid-continental belt, and the third one is mid-Atlantic belt. Now we are going to see about the circumbelt. This is the volcanic zone. It includes eastern and east and west coastal areas of Pacific Ocean. It is popularly known as Pacific Ring of Fire. Okay, 2/3 of volcanoes, world volcanoes occur here. Now the next one is mid-continental belt. It includes, mid-continental belt includes Alpine mountain chain, Mediterranean Sea, and the fault zone of Eastern Africa. The best examples, important volcanoes are Vesuvius, Stromboli, Etna, Kilimanjaro, and Kenya. Kilimanjaro in Africa and Kenya in also Africa. Himalayas have no active volcanoes at all. Okay, this is very very important. Now the third one is mid-Atlantic belt. It represents divergent boundary of plate located along the mid-Atlantic ridges. This area is mainly of fissure eruption type. Fissure, that is nothing but small openings. Okay. Example, Iceland. It is the most active volcanic area. It is located on the mid-Atlantic ridge. Examples are Saint Helena and Azores Island are the best examples. I think you all understood about. Now we are going to see the summary, that is conclusion side. Earth's interior, that is interior of the earth, it is compared with the top and apple we have studied. Now the next point you refer, crust is the outermost layer of the earth, surface of the earth, outermost layer of the earth we have studied. Upper part of the earth of the crust is called SiAl, Si. It refers to silica. Al, it refers to aluminium. layer. Lower part of the earth is called Sima layer. Si it refers to silica and Ma it refers to magnesium. The mantle next layer, it is about 2900 kilometer thick we have studied, and lithosphere it is broken into number of plates that they are known as lithospheric plates we have studied. And what is seismograph? What is the name of instrument used to measure earthquake? That is called as seismograph. So earthquake waves are recorded by an instrument known as seismograph we have studied. Tsunami, how it is caused? We have studied how it is caused by an underwater earthquake we have studied. What is an volcano? We have studied. Volcano is a vent or opening in the crust of the earth we have studied. And shape of volcano, it depends on type of lava and force of eruption. There are three major zones of volcanic activity in the world also we have studied in this lesson. I think you all understood. Now glossary side you refer core, that is nothing but innermost layer of the earth. Mantle, it refers to second layer. Next, boundary that separated the mantle from the crust is called Mohorovic discontinuity we have studied. Okay, then landslide, that is nothing but downward movement of downward movement of rock debris of the mountain we have studied. And instrument used to measure the earthquake, seismograph. Tsunami we have studied, and vent also we have studied. Then molten state of rocks, that is called magma we have studied. About lava, viscosity, everything we have studied in this lesson. Till this enough. Thank you.